Hello again. I apologize for my 3 year hiatus, but I had two novels to write and publish, and the last of these will be in the bookstores November 2016. So if you get a chance to check out a new novel, please take a moment to look at mine. When you start in a math course, they will give you something like this and say simplify. Well, what does that mean exactly? Very simple, just add the numbers up, and usually you'll write it down like this. They're not saying solve the equation. Why? Because there's no equal sign in it. If they say solve the equation, then they'll have to write it like this. Okay? That's the only difference. And you'll run into this sort of thing all the time. And when we are simplifying these expressions or these mathematical sentences, it has its own grammar, its own rules, just like everything else we do. 1 plus 2 plus 3. There's two important things here. We always work left to right. Left to right. Okay? So first we will combine, add, whatever word you wish to use, these two numbers, and we'll get 3. Then we bring the rest of it down, okay? Now right here is where we make a lot of mistakes. We write this down differently. Be very, very mindful of that. And now we will add these two numbers and we'll get a 6. Now you're going, okay, I can handle that. That's not a big deal. But very quickly, we start getting ourselves lost. Now, with addition, notice I can turn the numbers around. And it makes no difference. This is because addition can be commuted. Commute is to be moved around. Commutative. It's the commutative law of addition. Now, to put this in algebraic speak, A plus B equals, which has the same value as B plus A. Kind of a goofy way of writing things, I know, but that's how the people that do mathematics like to do it. You'll see this in your textbook. Now, some of you, if you're one of those people who just seems to get math, you're going to find these videos a complete waste of your time. These videos I'm making for the people who are just absolutely, completely, totally lost. And I see them all the time. I've been teaching at the college level for about 15 years. And I get students in here of all ages, from right out of high school all the way to people who've been an adult for an appreciable long time. And they have to take a science course. I teach geology at Weatherford College. And they've got to get through a science course, and they are petrified. One of the reasons is the mathematics. There's not a whole lot of math in geology, which is good for the students. But there's enough to convince me that the teaching of math in all these years has not gotten any better. Hopefully I will be able to produce an online copy of my book that I wrote called Rescue Math, and be able to get that out there for folks at a very inexpensive price. This rule works for addition. All it tells me is the order I add things up in addition does not matter. That's all that says, okay? And they try to make it rather fancy, but it doesn't need to be that way. Now, with subtraction, you cannot do that. Let's look at 5 minus 4 and 4 minus 5. Well, if I should have $5 in the bank and I write a check for $4, I will have $1 left in the bank. But if I have $4 in the bank and I write a check for $5, I'm now short $1. I have an overdraft, and they'll probably hit you pretty hard for that. So you see, there is no commutative law for subtraction. It does not exist. All right? So there's two things we've talked about here in this very short piece. One, the fact that we do our operations left to right. When there's addition and subtraction involved, we'll do it left to right. Addition doesn't matter. We can move the numbers around, but not with subtraction. There is no commutative rule for subtraction. When we run into something like this, okay, 5 plus 3 minus 1, we'll work left to right. Five and 3 are 8. 8 minus 1 gives us 7. Okay? This is where we have to do it from left to right. Otherwise, it might mess up our answer. Okay? Any questions? Please put those in the little comment section. And if you think there's something that you would like to see that I don't put in here, please let me know, and I'll see if I can dredge it up for you.